The English football pyramid is a thing of beauty. It makes fans from clubs that you never knew existed some of the most happy, some of the most emotional people in the entire country. Just as it would for a team who's about to win the Champions League, that's the exact same as a club that's supposed to be promoted from Step 7 to Step 6. Well, I'm here at Hertford Town. I'll also be going to Stevenage and I'll be talking about the higher levels Premier League football. We'll be discussing how does this work, what are the highs and lows, and is it a good thing? Hertford Town are a small local team located in the east of England and are currently in the 8th tier of the English pyramid. Most football fans won't be as familiar as others with life here at a low club, however, as it isn't your average Premier League club, let alone a club in League One. Hertford is a community-driven club and relies on the people of Hertford to keep the stadium busy as both fans and as volunteers. Despite Hertford only being a locally known team, it hasn't stopped everyone there from showing their spirit and having the squad sit only 3 points below a playoff spot with just one game remaining. But given this, the biggest difference between the top of the English footballing pyramid compared to the bottom, as well as a club like Hertford and a club like Manchester United, is seen as night and day to manager Ben Hurd.
Well, finances is the biggest thing, obviously, because with finances you can employ people. You know, when you have a finite amount of income, such as a club like ourselves, it's very difficult to employ people. So we rely on sort of volunteers, people that care, and obviously our local community that come down and support the team from week to week, which is really important. And obviously youth teams, etc., that also use the facility as well, which also helps as well. But yeah, we're a little bit hamstrung with doers, if you like, because we can't afford to pay people a salary to come and do that. But we have to sort of grow a business as well. So it's a little bit of a catch-22, but finances is the biggest thing.
So now that we've spoken about Hertford and the lower divisions of the football pyramid, we're now here at Stevenage, who are currently in League One fighting for a promotion spot, especially through the playoffs. Against all odds, Stevenage rose from League 2 to League 1 in the 2022-23 season as a runners-up thanks to Steve Evans. Here, in the third step of the English pyramid, Stevenage managed to increase their seasonal payment from £1.5 million to £2 million. With this significant pay rise between the divisions, Stevenage have been able to invest in more staff to make the fan experience more pleasant. The promotion hasn't gone unnoticed for the community, however, with the support being consistently high and the club averaging just below 4,000 fans in their 7,200-seater stadium. As we come to the end of the 25-26 season, Stevenage look to gain promotion to the second tier of English football via the playoffs with manager Alex Revel. Historical promotion would mean that Stevenage enter the Championship for the first time ever as they look to build on good times and make them better. Through this promotion, Stevenage would surely look to further reinvest in the club as the dream of every club to play in the Premier League becomes more and more realistic. Whilst this dream is getting closer for Stevenage, those of Hertford Town have huge differences in their standards of living, especially compared to those in the Premier League.
Places like here, I've got players that are working Saturday mornings maybe before a game. You've got people doing all sorts of jobs. I'm the manager here, but in terms of the football side of things, but I'm cleaning the toilets at some times, or emptying a cesspit, or whatever it is, or tidying up before a game and going and doing litter picking, basically. So we have a functional football stadium on a match day. I don't think you'd find Harry Kane doing that at the Allianz. But it's just real. It's just what's needed, isn't it? And no one's too precious at this level to get their hands dirty and muck in. So I think that's really important as well, that we keep that level of connection to the normal people.
Those closest to the bottom and the top can only be jealous of what the Premier League stars earn, let alone how their lifestyle is. Almost all stars these days will have a team that will ensure that they're able to play to the best of their ability. A team that will give them nutritional advice, coaching advice, even financial advice. With some in the top division of English football earning over £200,000 a week, it is a real challenge to not see the clear advantages that are laid out for them when their right foot is being blessed. But the question remains from both a player's point of view and a club's point of view. Is the English football pyramid fair? If Erling Haaland pulls his hamstring, would he be able to go to a 9-to-5 the next day without some of the world's best physios monitoring his injury, let alone if he was to tear his ACL? Is it fair that Manchester United is spending more on one player than Hertford Town will spend in 100 years? Some will argue that the pyramid is perfect for fans all over the country, but not everyone will agree that it is equal.